The global economy is changing, new powers are emerging. BRICS nations are at the forefront of this shift. BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. These 5 nations are major players in the world economy. They have been working together to increase their influence. One way they are doing this is by exploring the creation of a new global currency. This would challenge the dominance of the US dollar. The US dollar has been the world's reserve currency for decades. BRICS nations are seeking to reduce their reliance on the dollar. They aim to create a more multipolar world. A new BRICS currency would be a major step in this direction. It would have significant implications for the global economy. The potential for a new global currency is real. It is a development that bears close watching. The motivations for a new BRICS currency are multifaceted. One key factor is the desire for greater economic independence. BRICS nations are heavily reliant on the US dollar for trade and investment. This leaves them vulnerable to fluctuations in the dollar's value. A new currency would give them more control over their economic destinies. Another motivation is the desire to reduce the impact of US sanctions. The US has increasingly used sanctions as a tool of foreign policy. This has hurt some BRICS nations, particularly Russia. A new currency would provide an alternative to the dollar-based financial system. This would make it more difficult for the US to impose sanctions. Trade wars are another motivating factor. BRICS nations see a new currency as a way to create a more stable and predictable trading environment. Finally, BRICS nations are concerned about the stability of the US dollar itself. Despite the potential benefits, creating a new global currency is a daunting task. BRICS nations face a number of challenges. One major challenge is the diversity of their economies. These nations are at different stages of development. They have different economic structures and priorities. This makes it difficult to create a single currency that works for all of them. Another challenge is the potential for conflict and mistrust among BRICS members. These nations have different political systems and ideologies. They also have a history of rivalry and competition. This could make it difficult to reach consensus on the design and implementation of a new currency. Despite these challenges, a new BRICS currency also offers potential benefits. It could reduce reliance on the US dollar, fostering greater economic independence. This could lead to a more stable and multipolar global economy. It could also reduce the impact of US sanctions and trade wars. The future of global currency is uncertain. The US dollar has been the dominant reserve currency for decades. However, its dominance is being challenged. The rise of BRICS nations is a major factor in this shift. These nations are seeking to create a more multipolar world. A new BRICS currency could be a key part of this vision. It is still too early to say whether BRICS will actually create a new currency. However, the fact that they are seriously considering it is significant. It shows that the global balance of power is shifting. The US is no longer the only game in town. The creation of a new BRICS currency would have far-reaching implications for the global economy. The world is watching closely to see what BRICS will do next. The decisions made by BRICS nations will have a profound impact on the global economy for years to come.